Welcome to Greenlight. So today we're talking about Blu-ray Tuesday movies and what are coming out with those special features or with those movies. So basically, we have the Forever Purge coming out this week, and we're going to be talking about the special features and how they can help you as a filmmaker. So if you're interested in the Forever Purge or any Blu-ray movie of any week, this is what we do here. We talk about the special features and what kind of things you can learn from those special features. So let's get started right now. All right. So, as you can see here, what is it? Oh, well, I did an update for OBS, and I believe last week I had no sound. So let me know in the live chat or in the comments down below if I have any sound. I'm gonna quickly check here on the live chat. I don't see anybody on the live chat currently at this moment, but I'll be monitoring that here and there. So let's get started right now. We got the Forever Purge to talk about, and the releases that are out for the Blu-ray for today, as well as the 4K, and what kind of special features to expect from that too. So before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button because we do videos like this every week. We also do these live chats like this live every week on Tuesday. Blu-ray Tuesday live basically is what I call it. And then I also release a lot of behind the scenes stuff for major films coming out over in theaters and stuff like that. The more major films come out in theaters, the better. I have a bunch right now currently on there, like Free Guy, Candyman, and a bunch of other films as well. That you go, excuse me, you can go ahead and check it out here on this channel. And I also have a bunch of like filmmaking videos for filmmaking tips and things like that as well. So let's get started on our first Blu-ray today. And our first Blu-ray today obviously is the Forever Purge. There's not a lot of major films coming out today, but this is our big film for today. And since Halloween is closing in, it's getting closer, so there's a lot of horror films being released this week and coming up very soon as well. So this is the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy of the Forever Purge. And then let's check out which is similar, the 4K slipcover of this. As you can see there, this is the slipcover. This is really nice. I think, I don't know, I like the black and white, the little black and silver kind of thing going on when it comes to 4Ks. I think it has a much more classic looking feel to Blu-rays and stuff like that. Instead of having the blue is so specific to whatever feel or mood you're trying to set when it comes to your film, or whatever have you. And when that happens, sometimes it gives a different kind of look to it. As you can see, this looks a little bit more like the film, And let's check out the special features real quick. If you haven't seen this film, let me know in the comments down below in the live chat. And if you have, let me know as well, so I can maybe check it out for myself. So as you can see here, there's special features here. And I'm going to zoom in real quick here so we can talk about the special features. So there's deleted scenes and alternate storyboard opening. Really cool about that storyboard thing is that for directors, filmmakers, directors, whatever have you, just storytellers in the medium of filmmaking, I highly recommend checking those kind of things out. I used to own a DVD special features, like special edition, actually, a special edition copy of The Sixth Sense, and it came with like it looks like little poster cards and stuff like that, but it came with little poster card mini storyboards done by M. Night Shyamalan. I'm not saying that's what is being given here, but alternate storyboard opening, they're automatically going to show you the storyboards on screen. So they may put maybe some sound effects or something, or somebody talking about the alternate storyboard opening. So they explain to you what would have happened in the opening if they were to have gone the route of the storyboard. But it's also cool to see as a filmmaker how storyboards are done, where you point your arrows, as far as like the arrows are all the movement of the camera. So it's storyboards are specifically about the camera movement, placing, and blocking of your actors and everything like that as well. So it's very good to see that, you know, very early on in your filmmaking career, or even going to school if you're currently learning this right now, either online or going to school for it. And then deleted scenes, I always say this about deleted scenes. They're always what ends up in the cutting room floor is scenes that don't propel the story forward. And if it doesn't propel the story forward, then there's no reason for them to be in the film. This is not like YouTube, where explaining certain things a certain amount of time, it kind of gets into people's zeitgeist, and they understand things a little bit better. It's kind of like that with most things when you're learning things, but this type of thing, yeah, I say this a lot for deleted scenes, and even bloopers too. You know, bloopers are good to see how they kind of get through the scene. You know, sometimes you have to laugh things off, you know. But this is great to see deleted scenes and see what you shouldn't have shot anyways, and what should have just been left in the script alone. So if it doesn't propel the story forward, there's no reason for it. It's just going to halt the film and feel kind of boring for the audience, and they kind of get to your point a little too quickly, maybe, you know, depending on the scene. So the next thing I see here is collapsing the system behind the scene, behind the Forever Purge. So this is a definite behind the scenes for the Forever Purge. So they're definitely going to talk about the production of this. Usually with making ofs and behind the scenes, they usually stick with production diaries, you know, stuff during the actual shoot of the film and all that stuff, and getting shots of behind the camera and all that. Basically, all that's good to see where they're placing not only the camera, but where they're placing their lights, and what kind of scrims and things they use and all that stuff. So it's good to check that out as a early filmmaker, you know, someone that's new to the game and everything. So checking live chat here, I should be all right. Oh yeah. Yeah, it works. All right, cool. So, with all that being said, the next thing I see here, and I'm expecting that since this is Universal, I'm expecting it to be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes of behind the scenes here. If it's any longer, that's really good, and it's really great to get that amount of information. Usually with these type of things, they cut them up so they're entertaining to the viewer that is a non-filmmaker type viewer. Usually these making ofs and behind the scenes are usually cut around for that. And stuff that I do where it's here on this channel, like I have Free Guy here. And Free Guy is interviews that are taken by the director and all this stuff, interviews of all these of the actors and all that, cutting them up with as much filmmaking information that I can gather from that, and putting them together and doing a mini like making of while the film is in theaters. Usually they don't release any type of things like that, and if they do, which they're doing a lot now on YouTube, I try to gather them up all together and keep a lot of the filmmaking stuff in one, and a lot of just important information for any filmmaker, anything that you could learn from your favorite film. And that's what's great about here, is that, you know, you can watch this kind of stuff over and over and over again, be entertained by the behind the scenes, and then eventually it just sticks in the back of your mind somewhere. So you're young and you're checking this out and you love movies and you love collecting Blu-rays, I highly recommend checking these behind the scenes out and stuff like that. Ooh, I'm like coming in and out. All right, cool. So next thing I see here is Creeptastic Wardrobe. Again, I always say this, and whenever they do little special features or featurettes with specific departments in filmmaking in general, from pre-production all the way to post-production, you want to see these kind of things. You want to learn from specific departments. And one of the stuff that I loved from like Zodiac DVD back in the day, it was like a director's cut, and they did wardrobe, and you followed the wardrobe department, and they've done that like in other ones, like War of the Worlds has one like that too. So you can check that out. But Creeptastic Wardrobe. So you're definitely going to check out a lot of people's wardrobes here. And what's great about this film has a lot of interesting characters. Like this bunny guy here. They have a lot of like weird characters throughout the whole film series. But basically, they're going to go through all the wardrobe and how they maybe even come up with the ideas. So that's always cool and good to see that, and how you can advance the story more through wardrobe. And that's what they're always talking about, wardrobe and set dressing as well. So with all that being said, let's move on. So this is now out on Blu-ray, so you can go ahead and check it out. And there's some more like releases out for the Forever Purge. So let's go into, I think it's a movie collection. It's a 5-movie collection for the Purge. That's coming out today with the Forever Purge. And what's kind of cool about this usually is when I usually show this kind of stuff, I usually just show the front end, and if I show the back end, I'll let you know that there is no special features, but you should be celebrating, I guess, because there is special features here. Sorry about my phone. I'm using my phone as a webcam, so you could hear it vibrating off of the microphone and everything around. You see that there is special features that come with these Blu-rays of these films, which I'm not shocked. There should be. If there is a 1-disc Blu-ray in every Blu-ray movie that you get for each one of these films or something like that, and if there's special features in them, because there's enough room in Blu-rays for that to happen. If you went to HD DVD route, you would have had more room, but whatever, we're here with the Blu-rays. So Blu-rays basically can hold up a very good amount of room, so there should be no excuse. If you have special features, include them. If you want people to buy these Blu-rays, I highly recommend including these things. So let's zoom in real quick so we can check out the special features here from the Forever Purge from 1 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So the first one is Surviving the Night, the Making of the Purge. And you see they're using the word the making of, or behind, which is in the second film over here, Behind the Anarchy. Those things are very very similar. And again, 20 to 30 minutes, and it's what I was saying about the Forever Purge. And so you're really going to learn a lot from these films, from the production of it, between maybe even learning a lot of practical effects, all the way to maybe even some visual effects, if there is some, maybe set extensions and stuff like that, maybe extending some fire effects or something like that. They're always doing stuff like that to put more production value in front of the screen, and that's all what's important when it comes to making a film, is always put your production value in front of the screen. Make sure all the money that you're spending goes in front of the screen, not behind the screen, not behind the scenes. Behind the scenes is all about, all these things is good to see that, so you learn what they're using, but it's good to know what not to use. Sometimes less is more. Maybe you have a whole lot less in your little short film or something like that. Well, you have to use that much. Maybe you have to use natural lighting. Screw the whole. Start from natural lighting on. And they shoot at night with a lot of these things, so it's really cool to see where they put their main light source, and then they start from there, and they work from that main light source, and they work their way down as far as exposure, and they put everything in the same kind of exposure when it comes to actually about the cinematography and everything like that. So these are things that you could notice in these things. They may not even go too deep into it, but they may. And that's what's great about checking these things out. You never know if they do, give out a little bit of a Hollywood secret. And if there is a secret to know about, as far as filmmaking, it's something that you should, you know, uh, have in your arsenal to, knowledge, just knowledge bombs that you should have, So with all that being said, let's move on. So I'm gonna skip the second movie, the Purge Anarchy. The same thing with deleted scenes as well. The third one is the Purge Election Year, deleted scenes inside the Purge, and then the character spotlight of Leo. So I don't know who Leo is. I haven't seen these films, but the character spotlight, that's good. So you learn how to build a character and all that stuff. So that's good to check out for anybody writing characters and everything like that. So let's see. The next thing, the first Purge, which is like a prequel from what I gather. It's a prequel basically, and it looks like there's more special features here on this one. A radical experiment, bringing the chaos, the mass of the first Purge. That's really cool. Again, to see deleted scenes are the same. Radical experiment, definitely going to be talking about how it's a prequel and everything like that, and how they started the Purge in this world and all this stuff. Bringing the chaos. So that's definitely going to be talking about all the carnage and everything that's in there. The mass of the first Purge. So yeah, again, costume design and everything again here works, in tandem with storytelling. So, and the next thing I see here is the Forever Purge, and again, it's similar behind the scenes stuff, but yeah, it's the same stuff that we already had gone over. So you get all the similar special features. So I highly recommend checking this out, because these are similar special features that you could even get on the 4K if you're not so keen on it. But if you love the franchise and never got to buy the franchise, I highly recommend getting the 5-disc Blu-ray set. It's well worth it, just getting all these special features. So with all that being said, everything I talk about here is the IMDb links in the description below. So go ahead and check it out after this live stream or after the playback. So you can check out the filmmakers, check out the cast and crew, even the trailers and everything like that as well. Sometimes you can even check out the technical specs and see what kind of stuff they're working with. So moving on to our next film. And our next film today is, I believe it's like a music documentary or something. It's directed by Edgar Wright. And I believe it was produced by, was this Steven Soderbergh? I think it was. Well, we have a back end here too of this, so let's discuss that. This is the Sparks Brothers. It's also down in the description below, where I have IMDb links for this film. So as you can see here, we have some special features, so we can like talk about it a little bit, zoom in. It's not like major special features, but as you can see here, it's Edgar Wright, and I don't think no, I think Soderbergh produced something else, and yeah, I think he may have produced something else that's being released today. So with all that being said, my bad, and I'm gonna let that go. And let's talk about these special features. So it's got certified fresh, Rotten Tomatoes. So you see Edgar Wright here in the middle, down the bottom in the middle picture, and he's the middle guy there. And then he's also here on the right with the camera. So I guess these are an alternative music group. Sparks Live in London. A 22-song performance, plus over 2 hours of deleted scenes, extra celebrity interviews, and more. So this is really cool for musicians or fans of this group, the Sparks Brothers. So this is out now on Blu-ray, so you can check out these bonus features and everything. This is gonna be good for anybody into just musical documentaries and stuff like that. And I'm into them to an extent. I think I'm into it depending on the artist. If I really like the music, then I go with it. Right now, I'm like oddly watching the Hulu show Wu-Tang. But I kind of like more of the documentary type of stuff. The documentaries are usually a lot better, and you get to see the stars and everybody there that are involved, and they tell you a lot more tidbits and stuff like that. I feel like they've taken some freedoms when it comes to the drama and the storytelling of the show there. But when it comes to stuff like this, this is good for any fan of the group and all that stuff, and even filmmakers that are into that kind of stuff. Like Martin Scorsese's done one for the Rolling Stones and stuff. So those are like classic documentaries for music groups and everything like that too. All right, so let's move on. We're going to move on to our next film. You can check out the Sparks Brothers down in the description below. I have IMDb's for all the films that we're talking about here today, including that film. You can check out Edgar Wright's filmography as well through IMDb, and check out all the technical specs and things that maybe even the camera equipment that they used for this documentary, which could be very, very helpful for filmmakers. At the same time, too, I saw him with a non HD camera in that photo back there. So if you want to go ahead and rewind and check that out, you can go ahead and check that out, because that's something that's very important. You don't really need to be in today's resolution or whatever have you to tell a story. Even with that, helps. It helps the audiences not focus on why the quality level is not up to par to Hollywood standards, especially with technology nowadays. But you could use your phone, and your phone is probably going to be higher quality than what he was using there for that documentary. So always be prepared for that, and be open as well. So this is our next film. Our next film here is Blithe Spirit. Blithe Spirit is out now on Blu-ray today. It's I would say a little bit of a romantic kind of comedy. Here on the left we have Leslie Mann, and Leslie Mann is definitely I was gonna say as a friend, but my wife is a huge fan of her work and everything like that. And who isn't? Her husband is Judd Apatow as well, and he does a lot of comedic films and stuff like that. I felt like me and my wife, me and Bree, like we tried. We checked the trailer out and we tried looking for it to see it, but now that it's out, I think we could find it and rent it and check it out and watch this movie. But I highly recommend checking this out if you're a couple and or anybody that's into like curling up with their significant others. This looks like something like that, and it seemed that way, at least for me and my wife. So, and it's something that I highly recommend just on comedies and stuff like that as well. So check it out. I have IMDb links in the description below for this film. I do not have a back end for it, so I'm sorry about that. I looked around and I didn't see any behind the scenes for it, but if there is, let me know in my Instagram. Actually, send it to me on my messages on Instagram. If you send it to me there, then I'll include it in next week's, and we could talk about it. The next film we're going to be talking about today. Let's move on to our next film. All right, our next film is Twist. Twist is basically a twist on Oliver Twist. So the film is called Twist. It stars Michael Caine, and it basically reminds me of like Kingsman, but with Oliver Twist. So this kid here, he's kind of like this graffiti artist, I believe, who can do like parkour, and he does parkour stuff all around the city of London. And then basically he's hired by Michael Caine to work on a heist with a group of kids like him, or teenagers like him as well. So it's out now on Blu-ray. I highly recommend checking this out if you're into films like that, as well as anything that's exciting. It's like an action, I wouldn't say comedy, but it's like action comedy with, it's a little bit of fun with it too, more of like a blockbuster type film. So check it out. It's out now on Blu-ray today, so you can check out in the description below. I do have IMDb links for this film and for all the films that we talk about here today, so you can check out the film, check out the filmmakers, check out the cast and crew, and even the technical specs as well. All right, so Our next film today is Never Gonna Snow Again. So it's out now on Blu-ray, and this is definitely, is this a Cannes? Not a Cannes, but what festival is this right here? La Biennale de Venezia. I'm not sure, but I know it's a big festival because I've seen that symbol before with the lion and the wings and stuff like that for a festival. But this is out now on Blu-ray, and it seemed to have like gotten a lot of like major notoriety off of film festivals and everything like that. But Never Gonna Snow Again is out on Blu-ray today, so go ahead in the description below. You can check it out on IMDb. Check out the filmmakers, check out the cast and crew, even the trailer for this film as well. So let's move on. I do not have the back end for this film and most of these films, the rest of the films today. So we're going to kind of go through them real quick. All right. So the next film we're talking about today is Skipping Stones. Skipping Stones is out now on Blu-ray, so you can check it out on the description below. I have IMDb links for this film and for all the films we talk about here today. So this is a drama, and there's trailers for you to check out on IMDb as well. It's out now on Blu-ray, so you can check this out. And we're going to move on to our next film. And our next film is A Dim Valley. And A Dim Valley looks like a really like more of a micro budget type film, and I would think this is it's strange nowadays. Independent releasings are a little bit different, but I think this is more of an independent releasing, a very small independent company. I wouldn't say it's more like mine because I'm one individual, but I'm sure there's multiple individuals in this company. But from what I saw, it looked like they had a more of like a group working with this, but it is an independent type film, so it's not like Hollywood independent where it's like $1 million picture, but this seems a lot less than that, which is really really cool, and I like seeing that stuff like that, and I point them out because something that I'm doing. I have 2 films currently on Amazon Prime. So you can see one of them through IMDb TV for free with ads and everything, and then the other one you can rent it or purchase it yourself, which is a documentary about my grandfather in Cuba. Basically, that's something that a lot of filmmakers and a lot of people weren't talking about that often. Only a select few, and someone I would recommend is like Indie Film Hustle. Yeah. Excuse me, my man Alex Ferrari there, he's like really, he, like, I was thinking about this kind of stuff and he was talking about it already. And he kind of got me into the whole doing YouTube too as well. So, which is really, really cool. So, let's move on to our next film. And our next film today is Beats. This is out now today on Blu-ray, and this is the executive produced by Steven Soderbergh. So Beats, I can't say I know what this film is about. Hands, I believe it's a documentary, but now let me make sure here. Yeah, so it's coming up now. So, two teenage boys in Scotland in 1994, best friends who know, with no control over their lives, risk everything to attend an illegal rave, hoping for the best night of their boring lives. Oh, that seems pretty cool. It sounds like an indie. It says comedy crime drama. So it's an indie film. Brian Walsh, I believe, and it's produced, executive produced by Steven Soderbergh. But it looks like it's all done in black and white as well. which is really, really cool. So I highly recommend checking this one out too, especially when I'm saying like, it's an independent type film. And somebody like Steven Soderbergh, who's big on working with uh, specific type of equipment that anybody can get, like their phones and stuff like that. So I'm even checking the technical specs here. It just says it's done in black and white. It doesn't say exactly what kind of equipment they used or anything like that, which is fine. Like I said, that's not the point of filmmaking. Filmmaking is all about telling a story, so equipment's not everything. So let's move on to our next film today on Blu-ray. So this Beats is out now on Blu-ray today, so you can go ahead on IMDb down in the description below and check out the filmmaker and check out the cast and crew. You could also check out the trailer as well on there. So let's move on to our next film. And our next film is a documentary called For Madmen Only. It's a documentary specifically about this guy. I forget his name when I read it, but he's let's see if it says it here on the side. It doesn't. No, it doesn't say it, I don't think. So basically, this is about a guy who he catered to a lot of comedians and helped a lot of comedians find their voice and find their way when it came to a lot of comedians on SNL and stand-up comics and stuff like that. So it's good because something interesting I want to point out here when it comes to even filmmaking, when it comes to stand-up comedy, is these guys have to tell a story from just using words and the way they act and look at you, look into the audience. And don't forget, when they're looking into the audience, you don't see anybody specifically. You see a lot of dark heads moving and a bright light pointing at you, blinding you. So they have a lot of things restricting them from telling their story, but they still get it out, and it's all about how you tell the story and everything like that. And that's what I love about like hip hop and music and stuff like that. And they can tell you a story and everything either going on in their lives or things that they have worked out on their own spiritually. And that's what's really, really inspiring when it comes to all that kind of stuff. So check this out. Check out this documentary with that in mind. Highly recommend it. And this is a slipcover, by the way. I'm going to show you when you take out this slipcover. When you take it out, you look inside, and this is what you look at. And this is basically the photo you see out of the slipcover. So let's move on to our next film. And our next film is our last film of the day today, and it's a documentary too. So For Madmen Only is a documentary that's out on Blu-ray today, so you can go ahead and in the description below I have IMDb links for you, so you can check out the filmmakers, check out the cast and crew, you can check out the trailers, check out everybody involved in the documentary. So let's move on to our next documentary, and our next documentary is called Kid Candidate. So this is a documentary about somebody about a filmmaker named Harmony Korine, and you probably recognize that guy's name. He directed Spring Breakers with James Franco a long time ago. So basically he had shot this fake like candidate video or something like that, this fake governor's video. He was going, like, this kid was going for governor, and it was fake, and it was all done by Harmony Korine or something. And I guess he got into the race without truly running or filling out the right paperwork and doing all that kind of stuff. Basically, everybody started voting for him, I guess, and all this. But it's a quite interesting documentary. It's out now on Blu-ray today. I like the hand holding of the photo, and you could kind of see the fingers. I think that's the hand holding the Blu-ray itself. I mean, for all I know, and stuff like that in there. But I'm not looking to purchase this, but I think it's interesting even to check out the documentary and look it up yourself, and seeing just how people get intrigued by stuff like that, and basically it's like a red herring. What is that? Like, basically you're looking this way and you're thinking this kid is gonna win, and he doesn't, and you get this young governor that wants to run, but you're it's totally, you know, pulled over your eyes. It's kind of crazy. With all that being said, if you like filmmaking stuff and you like Blu-ray unboxings and everything, go ahead and hit the like button on this video. Also, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know more about these types of videos. I will be releasing an unboxing for my Justice League Steelbook, which is what I got recently today. So let me get that here so you can check it out a little closely here. So I got the Steelbook for Justice League, and I got this recently, about last week or so, and I already shot the documentary. I already shot the whole unboxing and everything, and I have it all cut up and all that. So I'm going to be releasing it later today, so you can go ahead and expect that here. So I'll see you here later, and we're going to be talking about the special features too that are on this. So go ahead and check that out. Check out filmmaking videos that I have on here for smartphone filmmaking or whatever have you, even Blender if you like 3D VFX kind of software. So, excuse me, and I'll see you here later.